talking about gender issues here. And affirmative action has said, give us 35%, which Nigeria is a signatory. There's a convention in Beijing, and there's a follow-up in New York City. You know, so what is their problem? My name is Fati Ibrahim. I'm a Hausa Fulani, and I'm from Usasa Zaria, that's Kaduna State. And I was born there in Usasa. Usasa is a small missionary community, you know, in Zaria. And it's very prominent because that is where the former head of state comes from as well. You know, we're different tribes that came to settle in Usasa Zaria. Growing up was so good. You know, I was very naughty anyway. You know, people that know me, they knew I was a very naughty girl. That time, you know, I looked for trouble. I have been a fighter right from small. I fight for injustice and all that. So I think basically, you know, that is, I mean, and lastly, I think our parents taught us to always respect people and to always say the truth, to have the fear of God in us and to be hardworking. And all of us got the best education. I went to the Sambat school. It's a primary school in Usasa Zaria, one of the best schools all over. People were bringing their children from Kano, from Kaduna, from all over, because that school is a Christian school. And there's the moral upbringing, there is the, dedication and hard work and everything. That is where General Gowon went to school. That is where General Danjuma went to school. St. Bartholomew's. Then it was primary school, but now it's secondary school. So many prominent people have been to that school. So that was where I did my primary and secondary school. And from there, I went to the Ahmadu Bello University. That's where I studied industrial design. I'm actually an artist. You know, I read industrial design, which I graduated since 1982. Yeah, well, after my education, that's why I ventured into being an artist. I remember my brother, one of my brothers is an architect. He was the one that put me through. You know, he gave me a studio with an architect drawing board. And he bought a lot of magazines, all these homes and gardening magazines, you know, because, you know, they have landscaping, interior decoration. He wanted to combine everything. So as a matter of fact, I even started with interior decoration before as I started a venture into fashion. Though fashion is a passion. I love fashion right from when I was a little girl. I just love to dress and sit down at home. I love to paint my lips. I'll get those flowers, you know, in the garden and just paint. They will beat me to go and wash it. I'll cry and then I don't even cry because I'm very bold. I told you I hardly even cry. I went there. So that was, when I started with interior decoration. Then I also into fashion because my mom loves fashion. You know, Fulani people, they love fashion. Well, I thank God that I've been privileged to have traveled all over Africa, Asia, America. I was able to travel, and I've gone to so many countries, you know. And the most memorable one that I love is Singapore, because I love that country. Why do I like that country? Number one, it's one of the cleanest countries in the world. You find out hour per hour they're cleaning, they're washing the road, the streets. And the airport, they are cleaning it 24 hours. And there's so many beautiful things around, and even going for shopping. I love when I go to their malls, what I find there, I just love it. Most of the Asian countries that I have been to, because I've been to most of the Asian countries like Hong Kong, Singapore, Malaysia, and most of those countries I have been to. I've been to Saudi Arabia. As a Christian, I could only go to Jeddah. I could not pass to go to Medina, because as a Christian, it's only Muslims that are allowed to go to Medina. So like I said, I love Dubai too, but it's a common place that people, I like a place that people, most Nigerians, I don't think they have memories of Singapore. Like I said, I'm privileged even coming to Africa. When I travel to African countries, I find out that, wow, Nigeria, we are blessed. We don't know who we are. Even though we say we are the giant of Africa, I find out that, well, we cannot compete with a country like South Africa, because it's so westernized, everything is well organized and well planned, not like Nigeria. Yeah, well, as a fashion designer, I needed the exposure. I've been traveling since when I was very young. I just love traveling. It's one of my hobbies, to travel. I like exposure. I told you from the beginning, I love good things. I love to travel, to see good people, to see good things and all that. So, like I said, I was privileged to travel to all these places that I have been to. Why should they say that? What is their reason? That women do not deserve? What is their reason for saying that? What have the men done that women have not done? For goodness sake. They don't have, let me tell you, they don't have a reason. They don't have a reason. Men do not have reason whatsoever. I tell you that they are threatened with women because women are going ahead. So you will believe with me that so many homes, men have stopped being men. It is women that are in charge. Women are the one paying school fees. Women are the one cooking food. The man has gone out there and yet he will come back and complain there's no enough salt in the food. Oh my God. How I wish women. We're not advocating that you disrespect your husband. No. That's not what we're advocating. But for goodness sake, please, women are not slaves. We are not slaves. Let's divide, delegate the work in the house, especially where you do not have anything. In Western world, the man is in the kitchen with his wife. They are cooking, but our men are so proud for nothing. They don't want to do anything. They go and cross their legs in the house, waiting for the wife. She will carry her son or her child and be cooking. Some will go to the farm with carrying a woman. I delivered a lecture during one of the first ladies. I was the guest lecturer, and I dealt with men with my mouth. I said, some of you will tie wrapper 12 noon. You are twin stick. Your wife has gone suffering with a baby. She has gone to farm. She's carrying load. She's carrying baby. And yet she comes back. You frown face for her. Oh my God, please men. If you want God to bless you, respect your wife, because your wife is your mother. Your wife is your sister. Your wife is your friend. Any man that does not respect his wife, it will not be well with him. I did not say it is there in the Bible. I didn't say it. It shall not be well with him. The same thing, well, a woman, there are some terrible women that are more terrible than their wives. So it shall not be well with them too. Because Bible has given everybody his role. And I believe all the religion, they have given role to. The man knows his role. The woman knows her role. Let's go back to our family values. That is what is happening today because of lack of family values that our children have become haywire today. The man is not there as the father to even talk to, because some of the children do not respect the mother, but they fear the father more. And the father is not there he has left his responsibility to the mother. And some mothers, unfortunately, they're useless. That's the word. They're useless. Which other groups? This is gender issue we're talking about. Which other group are we opening doors for? We're talking about gender issues here. And affirmative action has said, give us 35%, which Nigeria is a signatory. There's a convention in Beijing, and there's a follow-up in New York City. So what is their problem? You see, that's why I said the men do not have any excuse. So they are just looking for one thing or the other. To open doors for what? It will even be better for the men when they give certain special seat. Politicking is all about money, which some of us want to change the narrative. Though they laugh at some of us that, you are not a politician, you are not ready. But I refuse to agree to that. So many women have what it takes. They have what to offer, which the men do not have. Just because they do not have money, you shut them up. I went in for election 3 times. I'm talking out of experience. Since 2003, I went for election. 2007, I went in for primaries. I aspired because I didn't get the primaries. So I aspired 3 times. I didn't get it. But each time I was making progress. I didn't want to break the chain of not coming out because I have so much to offer. I have so much to offer. They can check my antecedents, what I have been doing in my community, in my local government, in Abuja here. I have been working in my own little way. No. Don't interpret it that way. Number one, what a woman can do, what a man can do, a woman can do better, and it has been tested. It's not just making mouth. But being handicapped like how? Have the men empowered the women? They have not empowered them. For example, they don't want to give the women even business. Let me tell you, all over the world, who are the drivers of the economy? It's women. The small SMEs, they are the drivers. They contribute to the GDP of any country in the world. All those petty sellers, is it not adding to the GDP of the country? And you leave these women no empowerment, even intervention that we keep on hearing. I don't know how practical it is. All these small SMEs, MSMEs, micro and medium enterprises, they work so hard to earn a living, to take it and take care of their family, especially their children. They don't even wait for their husbands to come back home. They have gone out there. Some are doing the right thing, some are doing the wrong thing. Some men will keep other women outside, and the woman is suffering there, and you don't empower her. So if you don't empower her, why won't you? Some parties are just giving, that women can have free form, expression or nomination form. What is that? The men is during primaries when you are looking for delegates. You know, the higher bidder. If I tell you my experience, I have started writing books for the younger ones because I do a lot of mentoring. Once they go, some of the men that have money, a night before or even a week before, they have locked the delegates in a hotel. You that don't have money, you will never have access to them. You will never have access to them. You will look for them tired. They are not there to be found. That is why we need money. Women need to be empowered. If you are going in for election, for example, you need to have your money. You need to have a source of livelihood. We don't encourage women to just go in for election without a source of livelihood. Because there are so many men that they take politics as a vocation, as a career, a business. Politics should not be a business. You must have a business you are running. The discrimination is so much. You know that yesterday was International Women's Day. And you know the theme there, break the barrier. That is it. What barrier are we talking about? Discrimination, stereotyping, even barrier, political barriers, policy barriers. There's a lot of discrimination all over, not only in politics, even in professional women, in offices, there's discrimination against women. Everywhere a woman, you know, they look at we women as a weaker vessel. I disagree with that. Some women have lion hearts. Some men are weaklings. So, well, the Bible described us. Yes, I agree. The Bible described a woman as a weaker vessel. Why did the Bible describe that? Well, my interpretation, I might be wrong. They can correct me, but I don't think I am wrong. You know, when God was creating Adam, He removed the rib and made a woman. That is why He said we are weaker, because we were being removed from a man. But you see, that's why I said it's against God's will, because you see, God took His time, just like you are taking time to interview me. God took time with a woman because He knows that woman has a lot to offer. God took time, and when He finished, He said, wow, it is good. That is a sign of satisfaction. God was satisfied. That's why, you know, some people, say it, that women take time to dress, women take time to do this and that. Yes, because God took time to even create a woman. I think that is why God said, we are weaker vessel. But it does not mean that women are weak in the heart. No, we are stronger than so many men. Some men are like, they will say like women. I hate that phrase. You can't say, when a man is behaving one kind, they will say you are like a woman. Which woman? Nigerian women, we are calling upon them to come out and participate in election, to be voted for, to vote. That's why we say if your PVC is not up to date, go out and make sure you update your PVC, so that is your franchise, that is your right. That is your right. You cannot stay at home and be complaining. That is why some of us, we wanted a platform, so that we can represent our people. We can talk for the voiceless. We can fight for injustice. We can be there when the policies are being formulated. We can be there when the laws are being made that will favor women. that will favor the program and everything. So women, don't be scared. So many women are afraid because we've been mentoring and they've been coming to us to mentor them. Some will come and say, how did you do it? We want to go in, but we are afraid. Afraid of what? I say, please, don't be afraid. They are human beings. And be bold and go in for what you want. Women, stand up for your rights. I remember I went to give a lecture in a group of young women. We started with this Bob Marley song. I started it with a dance and with Bob Marley song. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Because if we do not stand for our rights, the men will continue to march on us. They will continue to infringe on our rights. Yeah, like I told you, I'm a fashion designer and an interior decorator. My background from the university, I'm an artist. And I started this African fashion. I was the pioneer president for the Fashion Designers Association of Nigeria, Abuja chapter. When I relinquished my position, I started this African Fashion Hall of Fame, which our focus, number one, is to induct people into the Hall of Fame. And we look at this criteria to induct people into the Hall of Fame. Number one criteria, you are promoting the African way of dressing. Because I'm an advocate of we are Africa, we are Niger. So we look at those that are promoting made, like what you're wearing. You know, we like to promote made in Nigeria, made in Africa. Because we cannot be slaves of the Western people. We cannot continue, they have colonized us, we have liberated ourselves. We cannot continue being their slaves by dressing the way. You know, the African woman is so elegant by the way she dressed, you know, complete from head to toe. She's dressed. African women are beautiful. And by the time they are well dressed in the African apparel, they look beautiful. So we started this. And that is one of the focus. Looking at decency too. When a woman dressed decently, we induct her into the Hall of Fame. If a woman is beautiful and elegant, we induct her into the Hall of Fame. Like I said, if you promote the African way of dressing, we induct you into the Hall of Fame. And we do entrepreneurship. There's so many activities, but we take it segment by segment. But those are the key ones: induction, entrepreneurship, mentoring. There's a lot of runway, even the ambassador's runway, the presidential runway. The president doesn't have to come, the first lady doesn't have to come, the ambassador doesn't have to come, but we get people that would dress like them and be on the runway. The ambassadors, we want them to showcase their national wares. So that is what we do in the African Fashion Hall of Fame. We have not done any induction yet, but we have been doing entrepreneurship. We have been giving skills. We have been doing little things by the side, but we are planning to do an induction. We have not fixed a date, but we are having a program on the 23rd, still in celebration of International Women's Day in Abuja, in Nigeria Export Promotion Council. We are collaborating with them. We are collaborating with the Ministry of Women Affairs. We are collaborating with the Ministry of Trade and Investments, you know. So we have a lot to offer. On that day, we'll invite you. You come and see what the African Fashion Hall of Fame. I have another project I am doing, that is the Pan-African Women Global Network for Justice, Peace and Development. So those two organizations are collaborating with our partner coming from the United States. It's already in Nigeria, in Lagos, the Pinnacle. He's already in Lagos. He's waiting to get a go-ahead from me to arrive. And I have another partner in the UK that we have been doing global learning, that I took him to my alma mater again, and because we want global teachers. We want teachers that will teach the children properly. Quality education, that is goal 4. I told you I'm an advocate of the SDG. So quality education, that is what we are advocating for. With my partner in UK, we have been working together. He has been to Nigeria 3 times. And because of COVID, that's why we had a break. But we are going to resume and take off. So you can see that I'm so busy doing what I love doing. Yeah, fashion has come a long way. And our fashion designers are very creative. If only they would be given the opportunity and the empowerment. Unfortunately, the government pay more attention on dance troupe, not carrying along. I made a case during the national conference of 2014 because I served in the economy committee. I made a case for fashion designers, garment manufacturers, textiles. Our textile industry today, we are the end users of the textile fabrics today, but unfortunately our textiles have gone down. It's one of the highest of labor. We all know that. Textile industry, garment industry, and the fashion industry. They have the highest employer of labor. One of the most highest. China has made use of that. India has made use of that. But have you ever heard of AGOA? People are not talking of AGOA, the African Growth Opportunity Act. I made a case, I made noise. A journalist have interviewed me severally. AGOA, they kept on extending it. I have even lost touch concerning AGOA's, the extension. What does AGOA mean? Exporting apparel to the Western world. It started with only apparel, but they now increased it to even agricultural produce. And Nigeria refused to key into it because of lack of political will, inconsistency in policies. That was the issue, that they could not meet up. Come on, Luanda, Ghana. Some of our designers go to Ghana to produce and export. I remember Export Promotion Council did try, because they started an AGOA center in Lagos. I don't even know where they are now. They brought an Indian. I even made a case. I said, why should India come and be the consultant when there are Nigerians that can do the work even better? So I think we have so much that if the government will make an enabling environment for the textile and garment industry and the fashion. Remember that fashion is not all about apparel. There's the shoe and bag, all the accessories. Today you see our designers coming up with beautiful shoe and bag. You see them coming with the accessories, even earrings, even bracelet, even the fascinators, the hats, all made in Nigeria with our local Ankara, with our local tie and dye, with our local batik. If only they will harness this, I tell you, the GDP of Nigeria will go high. Let me tell you, since during Obasanjo, there was an intervention of 70 billion for the textile and garment industry through Exim Bank to be disbursed through the commercial banks. From 70 billion, it was increased to 90 billion. We fashion designers never had access to that money. I made a case. I went to meet with the chief executive of Nexim Bank that time. I made a case. I said, why is the money going only to textile industry? We work together and we are the end users of their produce. We showcase their textile material. And you agree with me, once the runway is there and you showcase it, people appreciate it even better. With our beautiful models that will wear it and showcase it. But we never got any part of that. We never got any part of that intervention. And there was a lot of politics involved. During the other government, after Obasanjo, there are so many interventions. We have cried out so loud. We have the textile manufacturers group, you know, that is under the what do you call it now? The Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, which we have a platform that everybody is airing his this thing. Even during COVID, they said we should bring sample of face mask and all that, you know. And at the end of the day, we don't understand. For me, I'm talking for myself now. I did not understand